So I'm Sogan. I take care of robotics business for Teradyne Robotics as a part of the ecosystem, especially in the region of India. So we're talking about collaborative robots and how it's going to play a pivotal role in shaping the future for this for the manufacturing and world ahead. So from the topic, you will clearly understand how important it is to transform automation with collaborative robots and sustenance and resilience for it. Growth momentum perspective, India definitely holds a very pivotal position in the global economy also. And from an Indian market standpoint, we contribute close to about 20% towards manufacturing sector. And we're expected to touch this big number of $1 trillion by 2030. It's a phenomenal number, high hopes, high wish list. It's very much up in the wish list for the government. And most of our focus is to get that really quick so that we are a very strong player in the global market of manufacturing, wherein we largely get contribution coming from different domains of electronics, automobile, automotive, pharma, and new emerging technologies and industries like electric vehicles and various other AI and ML-based technologies. As we look into those segments, there's a huge surge which is coming into India, largely in the FDI segment, thanks to the contributions of China Plus One strategy and the new initiatives of PLI and other schemes, which is driving and initiatives and incentive-based programs in India that is driving such kind of momentum for manufacturing to be built in India, and just not for the Indian manufacturers, but also sometimes for the export market. There's a huge spree which is happening in the infrastructure development perspective. We're seeing massive investments over there for initiatives that is enablement of manufacturing to happen. All in all put together, what's going to happen is there's a massive surge in this, which is eventually going to lead towards an ease of doing business. And these reforms are towards that. So where is that going to help India? India is definitely going to use that window. You see that across the country from north all the way to south and west to east. We see a lot of companies focusing in these markets to bring in their investments from semiconductors to EVs and two-wheelers, three-wheelers, truck manufacturers and tractor manufacturers, everyone moving their technology and factories of today towards Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0 technologies with robots, now cobots and AMR-based cobots and humanoids and everything being spoken of. Now, is it going to be adopted bang on tomorrow onwards? We don't see that to happen, but India could be a very critical market for a lot of manufacturing to be happening here. So when that happens, most of these global companies, in order to match their demands, will have to start using technologies of tomorrow, today, because only then they can match the pace of what is going to happen. So that is where the technology-driven transformation is bound to happen, not only at the level of tier 1 customers or tier 1 companies, but will also trickle down to the segment tier 2, tier 3, and also to the MSME levels. Now, why is that important in India? Because MSMEs will contribute a massive percentage of our GDP. They are almost 60-70% of our manufacturing. We see a lot of IoT-based projects coming in that segment because the tier 1 segment now wants high quality, high precision components, which is largely supplied by the MSMEs and tier 2 or tier 3 manufacturers. Now, this synergy in the supply chain will eventually help this transformation to expedite and then at a rapid pace before we even realize there could be a huge momentum or a pivoting towards this adoption to happen. Now, this also it's almost like what we saw on software wave or in an AI wave that we're going through today. Just to put in the context of numbers, India's population itself will be the biggest supplier quotient for this, because we will be the ones who's going to use a lot of these technologies. We will be the consumer for a lot of these. The day when we start exporting these solutions to the global market, demand for these is 10x or even 50x in some cases, right? So to enable that, we're seeing a lot of adoption which is happening from an IoT standpoint, cobots, smart factories, and digital twins. Digital twins, a word which almost has been seen from 10, 15 years now, is a part of almost every single manufacturing house today. We saw robots surge into global markets to GM close to 1960, 1970 timeline. Today, robots, you hardly see any factories without a robot, at least a single robot. Now, that's the same thing which is going to happen with a collaborative robot. Now, why is that? Because a human intelligence was not largely used with the presence of an industrial robot. Now, a human and a robot can work together when there is a cobot. A collaborative robot enables that to happen. smart factories with connected networks, connected technologies, connected machines, and connected automation devices like a cobot, an AMR, which is going to pick up materials from the raw material segment all the way to FG, which is finished goods, is a perfect synergy to find how Internet of Things, cobots, smart factories, and a digital twin can work together to provide one of the best factories of future. We at Teradyne Robotics is a market leader when it comes to two technologies that we represent. One of that is cobots, which is called the collaborative robots. We are the market leader. We've been manufacturing only arms, collaborative robot arms, all the way from 2005. So 20 years of expertise have gone into building one of the world's smartest arms, range from all the way from 3 kilos all the way up to 35 kilos, lifting components and doing applications which is more repeated in its nature. So you as listeners, when you're going back to your shop floors, what we would expect is if you can look at any of those applications in and around you, which is very dumb, dirty, dangerous, can be replaced by any technology which will make it more frugal, more innovative, value add, is to be automated with a robot or a cobot. Ideally, with a very space restrained environment today, there's very limited space, so cobots really fit in. Why does a cobot really fit in? You're not making any changes to the shop floor. In a 190 space, you're actually bringing in a cobot and plugging in into your shop floor and running the application how it was currently done by a human being. So what happens is in a span of like a few hours, your factory today, which was manual, now becomes automated. Are we talking about replacing people? The answer to that is no. We're talking about people who are doing dumb, dirty, dangerous job, which is technically not going to have any value addition to you, have to be moved into jobs instead of tasks, wherein they can really contribute towards a task, right? So that is where we feel use of cobots will make a lot more sense than just bringing in a traditional industrial robot. Most of these robots are now extremely smart. They are AI driven. High level of mechatronics have gone into it to make applications extremely best in class and user friendly. So you can build applications by your own self. You just need an arm and end of arm tooling. Now, an end of arm tooling again can be picked up from any of the OEMs and the suppliers. Again, from a website of ours called Universal Robots Plus, wherein you can technically buy products of it like you're shopping on Amazon. So we have two product lines, which is the cobot platform called Universal Robots, AI-enabled platform, and also an AMR platform, which is world's largest platform for AMRs and the most technologically advanced AMRs in the world. So the AMRs is what you see on the bottom, and the arm is what you see on the top. So this combination really works hand in hand with a fleet communication to pick up anything up to 1.6 ton of capacity on the AMR, and an arm lifting capacity up to 35 kilos. So just to repeat that, the carrying capacity of an AMR almost up to 1.5 tons, and the arm capacity of lifting up to 35 kilos. So this is what we're looking at with a specific target on the arms for high mix and low volume, or low mix and high volume. However you want to segregate it depending on the industries, we are able to cater to them. So why are collaborative robots picking up of late really big? Collaborative robots are designed primarily on safety. It's almost like giving any one of you who's running an application in your shop floor 3 arms instead of 2 arms. It's safe to work with. It's designed largely around safety. There is no compromise on safety at all. It's at a sheer simple contact of a push, the robot can stop. It's extremely straightforward. If you can, any one of you know how to use a smartphone, which today everyone knows, including a kid, can also program this. It's extremely versatile, so it's flexible, so you don't have to use a single machine to a single a product or a SKU. It's extremely flexible. You can change the end of arm in a span of 10-15 minutes and move it from one application to another application. It's low cost of ownership. It's not from a price standpoint, from a cost standpoint, it's extremely favorable to the user. And we're also bringing in extremely conscious mechanisms to be enabled into the Indian market. So from a costing standpoint, yes, it will be extremely friendly also. And it's like I mentioned, 190 is all you need in order to plug in a cobot and run. And with a single phase power connectivity, you're good to go.